Hi, this is Josh Ritter, and you're listening to 88.5 WMNF Tampa.
The opinions presented on the Healthy Steps show are the evidence-based opinions of Dr. Fred Harvey, the callers, and his guests. These are not the opinions of the staff, the volunteers, or the board of WMNF. The information provided on the show is not intended to diagnose or treat any disease. There is no implied patient-physician relationship in these calls. The nature of the calls is educational and informational only.
Hello there, my dear listeners. It is truly magnificent to be back with you on this Monday morning. I cannot thank you enough for keeping your dial tuned to WMNF Tampa, your resistance radio station from Tampa Bay to the Gulf of Mexico, and the only flirtatious little FM station that Audrey Horne would ever stream. And you can stream us as well at WMNF.org. Today is Ask Me Anything Monday, and that can be a true tonic for whatever ails you. You always get your money's worth when you call on in with your medical questions, comments, and concerns. Just give us a call at 813-239-9663. That number again to share your medical questions, comments, or concerns is 813-239-9663. And you can also send your emails to dj@wmnf.org or text us at 813-433-0885. Good morning to you, Dr. Harvey. Let me quit practicing my blarney and turn this show right on over to you. What have you got to move this show along today, Dr. Fred?
Good morning, Bill. How was your weekend?
Good morning to you there, Doctor.
I had so much going on. Had a beautiful day with my 4-year-old grandson at the beach yesterday. 4-year-olds are such a blast. They are so in constant motion in this dream world of I don't know what's going on, but it's so fun. Joy is really something that helps me stay functional. You know, joy is really so much deeper than happiness. It's radiant. And yesterday was quite joyful. And I have such gratitude for those opportunities. I have really great gratitude for the opportunity of being on this radio, too. So much goes on, and I have so much to talk about. And yeah, today I have volumes, but I'm going to stick to one thing. Whole grain under fire. I just read an article from Scientific American, how the whole grain trend went wrong. I often disparage the Maha movement and RFK's decisions. A measles outbreak is not a way to keep America healthy, but I do understand a lot of the premises that are being promoted here, and that is that we can't depend on medication to fix everything. We can't just look at an illness care system and believe that it's going to promote health. It's way too expensive. And there's been many attempts to try and do things to help overall human health in many different ways. And one of them was to create a food pyramid that got people good nutrition. It just turned out that the food pyramid got usurped by industry. The original food pyramid is fine because the original food pyramid is based on whole foods. If you look at I think it was the 1950s, correct me if I'm wrong, but they created this food pyramid to really just help most people stay healthy. And if you look at the pyramid as whole foods, eating whole products is the healthiest way to go. Whole grains are not a problem. But the whole grain trend went wrong because industry took over. And at this point, grains are taking a back seat to whole food, meat and whole fat dairy, increasing fats and other pollutants because most people are eating polluted meat and polluted milk. Most people are not accessing pasture-raised, grass-fed beef or chicken. They're not eating grass-fed, organic, non-pasteurized milk. They're eating, industrial byproduct, essentially. And it is, this whole change in the food pyramid is asking for heart attacks. But whole grains have excellent decades and decades and decades of evidence for promoting human health. Last week I discussed oats. You can drop your cholesterol when you eat oats. Whole grain is whole grain. I know that sounds stupid, but I mean, the industry has made up definitions for what can be called a whole grain food. So whole grain foods are a completely different story than eating, a bowl of oatmeal, which I had for breakfast. The industry, not the FDA, makes food categories. Manufacturers can label a product whole grain if it has a variety of different criteria. So there's like 5 different definitions. The FDA has one. So this is not industry standard, but it requires that 51% whole grains by total weight of the product it would be required. So more than half of it has to be whole grain, and the FDA will consider it a whole grain food. For one other association, it's greater than 50% of the equal to or greater than 50% of the grain components are whole grains. American Heart Association, they don't even care about whole grains. They have a ratio, less than 10-to-1 carbohydrate to fiber is considered whole grain. So less starch than there is fiber in a 10-to-1 ratio. So like 8-to-1, something like that. Another group calls greater than 8 grams of whole grains per 30 grams of food. So in essence, around 25% of the product has to be whole grains. That's pretty marginal. And another one says also the same, minimum 8 grams. So out of 30 gram. So it's really not a very good definition because it's not actually providing whole grain. And so unrefined foods are healthier. We know this. Using the periphery of the grocery store to buy the whole foods, cook them, and eat them is much better than eating broken down products, processed products. Ultra processed foods cause cancer, heart disease, and all these other things that we've been talking about. Grain has 3 parts. There's the bran, the endosperm, and the germ. The germ is the seed. The endosperm is the starchy stuff that we love to eat. And the bran is the coating that we don't like to eat generally. So you have brown rice with the bran on it, and you have white rice without the bran on it, little polished granules. You lose significant nutrients when you get rid of the bran. There are flavonoids. There are rice bran oil has certain antioxidant properties. And so losing the bran actually damages the grain and damages your digestion and your health. When all 3 parts are together, they promote health. But when they're separated in any way, they actually result in less benefit. So the coarse versus fine grind is important. If you have finer powder, you have a higher glycemic response, so it affects your sugar more. Bran and germ have nutrients that are not in the endosperm. Factories separate all 3 of these, and they will often actually source from different factories, the bran, the germ, and the endosperm, the starch, and put them back together and call it a whole food. I call it a fake food because it's not the original components. In 2022, there was a study that showed that these 5 competing definitions of what is considered to be a whole grain food make it very difficult to study health impact because people are using different standards. But I love what one of the researchers said. Dr. Mazafarian talked about the molecular disassembly. This really makes a lot of sense to me because, I look at the human body, mind, spirit, emotions, and all the physical aspects as a one whole unit, not as cardiology and endocrinology and gastroenterology. It's one whole unit that works together and all the pieces talk. Well, that's the same in a whole grain. It's a healthy whole being with the ability to create a whole new plant out of that little egg. And molecular disassembly really may disrupt that interactive patterning. Maybe the 3 parts work as a whole unit. And the industrial byproducts brought back together still digest more quickly, spike blood sugar faster, and result in more problems. So my suggestion would be look to the whole food, cook your oats. Use your blender or a food processor to grind your oats. I made oatmeal pancakes yesterday with some banana and some little bit of Greek yogurt and some egg, and it turned into a wonderfully moist, delicious banana nut pancake. Ground oats, but I left them coarse. I could feel the granules in it because that'll slow the digestion and be better for me. So the researcher mentioned that in this world, if you're going to be eating some of those processed foods, use the less than 10 to 1 carbohydrate to fiber ratio as a kind of a standard to keep your glycemic index low. But really, my suggestion is find the whole foods. And I'd love to talk to you about these issues right here on the Healthy Step Show.
And you've got some folks that want to talk to you as well, Doctor. I've got Tom, Jerry, and Jim lined on up, but I'm never satisfied. I want you, my listener, to participate in the Healthy Steps radio show with Dr. Fred Harvey, and you can do that as easily as dialing 813-239-9663, or continue to send your emails to dj@wmnf.org. And that phone number to come right on into is 813-239-9663. So let's go to Tom in St. Pete. Good morning, Tom. How are you today?
Excellent. Happy Monday to everybody.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I would say banana cinnamon oatmeal pancakes are delicious too.
Yeah, I had some cinnamon and some nutmeg in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, nutmeg.
I use a sugar called allulose, and there's a dark brown allulose monk fruit blend that doesn't add any sugar nutrient to the product. Tastes sweet, but it also has this really nice caramely flavor, so it really added a depth to the pancake.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, that glycine is something. Did you hear about the urethral surgery research that was done in the 1930s on glycine? They used glycine to stop the inflammation in urethral surgery because
fascinating.
When you have surgery on your urethra, you do not want swelling.
No.
And glycine was their number one, what they found to be the most effective anti-inflammatory.
Wow, that's really interesting. I've never heard of it before. I've never heard a urologist talk about it, but that's an interesting pearl. I'll have to go research. Yeah. So what do you got for us, Tom? What do you want to talk about today?
Well, actually, first of all, I want to ask you about seed oils, but on the brand, I've been eating oat bran as I mentioned before in my breakfast every day, and I just recently started adding actual whole organic oatmeal to the brand. But how do you come? I heard what you said about anyone and separating them is not really healthy. But I'm trying to increase my fiber, so my go-to has been oat bran. Is that contraindicated in your book, having, like more oat bran than oatmeal?
That's a really, really astute observation there. I like it. So oat bran has, really good fiber properties. It does. I'm not sure all the nutrients in it right now, but you're going to get a good bowel help with it, but there's also other nutrients there. And here's the thing. The reason that the separation becomes an issue is not the bran and it's not the germ. It's the starch. Once you pull the bran and the germ away from the starch, it's basically starch. It's turning to sugar in your body. So that's where the separation becomes important, because you're not having the bran protect the endosperm, the starch, from rapid dissolution and metabolism. So you get with the bran and the germ, you delay, because there's oil in the germ, so you delay the spike in sugar. So get bran if you want it. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking for oat germ too. Now that I think about it. Okay, now on to the seed oils. Now I heard a researcher. There's all kinds of researchers, and they all have opinions too. I heard a researcher a few years back say that pretty much all seed oils turn rancid in like 3 days, 2 or 3 days. So it's hard to get a seed oil unless you fresh press it yourself, or just eat the oil that's in your freshly ground flax seeds or whatever. You're not you're eating rancid oil if it's more than a few days old. Have you heard anything to counter that?
No, actually, polyunsaturated fats are actually more susceptible to rancidity, but some of them are really good. I really like grapeseed oil, but you have to use a small bottle and use it quickly because it will actually go rancid. But the ones that are most used, the ones that are used in our foods, the ones that are used in industrial foods because they're industrial byproducts, soybean, corn, canola, cottonseed, they're everywhere. And so avoid things that are made industrially with these oils. That's the bottom line. Don't put them in your food. There are certain, there's a expeller press, low temperature, low uric acid canola oil, which isn't too bad. But again, small bottle, use it quickly. My preferences really for oils are grapeseed, olive, coconut, ghee, and avocado oil. They're all really nice. They can handle the obviously the butter or the ghee I use less than the others, but rancid oil is horrible for the body, and that's the main reason to avoid industrial seed oils. It's not because they're inherently bad. It's because they go bad. And also, many of them are industrial byproducts, so it's likely that they have been contaminated with things like glyphosate, other herbicides, pesticides, and genetic manipulation. Like the corn that's used as the GMO corn actually grows its own pesticide inside of its corn because they implanted a chrysanthemum gene in there that makes pyrethroid pesticides that kill bees.
Yeah.
So they must be problematic for us too, eh?
Yeah. I'm just wondering if sesame seed oil doesn't have a longer shelf life too. I'm just kind of guessing on that.
Did you ever notice the sesame seed oil comes in small bottles?
Yeah, right. Well, I bought it.
Use it fast.
Before.
It goes rancid.
Yeah, right. But it is delicious. Alrighty, thank you, Doc. Have a good day.
You too. Hey, it looks like Jerry's chasing Tom today.
Yeah, right. See you, Jerry.
Thank you there, Tom. And yes, here comes Jerry. Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. There's some positive, very positive things going on internationally anyway. And
there are.
So I'm gonna throw out some things, and then you can respond to whatever you want. Okay?
Okay.
Oh, so first of all, because it's your show. So anyway, the joy thing. So I'm feeling joyous, and I automatically feel healthier. So you can extrapolate on that. And then on the carbohydrates thing or the rice thing, brown rice. So if you want to put yourself out on the limb, I've wondered why, I can't get brown rice. I did get brown rice sushi somewhere, but you can go off on that. And then the latest caller talked about the oils. How about black seed oil? Do you want to extrapolate on any of those?
Well, I will just hit the brown rice thing right up. Probably the main reason you don't see sushi with brown rice is because sushi rice is that special Japanese sticky rice. And so the bran is going to interfere with that lovely stickiness that holds the sushi together. That's probably it. But I don't know. I'm not a chef and not that deep a foodie on it. But joy, that's the key here. And I love that you're joyful today. And honestly, joy is a key to health. In functional medicine, there is a diagram. I wish I could show it to you all right now, but I'll describe it. On along the left side of the page, it's just a bit, a landscape, 8 by 11. Left side is a column of what's happened before, what your histories are, things like that. Along the bottom of it is all the things that nourish the body, sleep, food, exercise, relationships, all that. And then in the main portion of it is a web-like diagram. In the middle of it is what's called the core, and all around it are the functional systems in the body. So you have like the structure and the transport and the communication and the biotransformation, detoxification, all these things. In the middle, the core, that's the key, because health comes from the core. Your health is manifested from the core. We, each of us, manifests our own health from that core. And the core is 3 things. It is the Trinity. For me, it's the Holy Trinity. Your mental body, your emotional body, and your spiritual body. These 3 bodies actually make up the driving force of your life. And when any one of them is imbalanced, you actually experience things happening in the other systems that may result in symptoms and then illnesses. Joy is the highest frequency energy emanated from your heart. Joy comes from that direct connection with your spirit, the life force, which is infinite and wants your life to be as joyful as it is, because all souls exist in a state of joy because they're high frequency. And so anytime that we can bring joy into our lives, our mood comes up, our mind thinks better things, and our core is healthier. When our joy is up, we turn off genes that promote heart disease, inflammation, cancer. We turn on genes that promote repair and good function. Joy is the key to thrival. To get beyond just survival, you need to pursue joy. When you find joy, your life changes. Thank you for that question, Jerry.
That's great. I mean, I'm really joyful. Do you want to talk about black seed oil, or do you want to take the next caller?
I think I'll move on to the next caller.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much there, Jerry. Appreciate you as always. Let's go to Jim in Sarasota. Good morning there, Jim.
Hi, Dr. Harvey. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome. Good morning.
So let me, for about the last month, I've had a really bad itching problem on my legs. At first, I thought maybe I had been bitten by something, but, the itching just wouldn't go away. So I decided to go and see my dermatologist. So let me preface it by saying about 25 years ago, I was having a problem with itchy hands, and I had seen a doctor, and he said, I don't know what's causing it, but you can control it with Zyrtec. So I've been taking Zyrtec for about the last 25 years, and I take it once a day, usually around 4 o'clock, and it puts the itching at bay, for 24 hours. When the 24-hour rolls around, if I don't take the Zyrtec, my hands start to itch again. But now I'm having itching on my legs, and I don't know what it is. So I saw my doctor last week, and he said, well, let's start here. What have you been using? So I told him I had been using Gold Bond anti-itch lotion. He goes, that's a good one. He said, you can continue to use that, or there are several others that you can use. Do not use Caladryl because it contains Benadryl.
Yeah.
And do not use Lanacane because it contains benzocaine.
Right.
So he told me to stay away from those because those lead to dementia. So
they also lead to further skin irritation.
Okay. So he told me to take Zyrtec, which I've been taking, at night, and during the day should take Claritin, 10 milligrams of each. He gave me a prescription for hydrocortisone cream. He said I can apply that at any time. But the hydrocortisone cream doesn't seem to help. So I went to CVS yesterday to see if I could, find some of the creams or lotions you recommended, which were Sarna, Itch X Gel, Premagel, Caladryl Clear Gel, or Tricom Lotion or Gel. They didn't have any of that. I got the CVS Extra Strength Itch Gel Relief. But I just noticed...
And what's in that one?
Compared to the active ingredient in Benadryl.
Oh, then that's going to be hypersensitizing your skin after a couple weeks.
Right. Yeah, so it's diphenhydramine.
Yeah, it's not a good thing. Wouldn't use it. It's exactly what your dermatologist said don't use.
Right, but it seems to relieve the itching.
Well, of course it does.
So he told me to try these for about a week or so, and if the itching doesn't subside, I should call him and we'll do a blood test.
I guess my approach usually is do the blood test. You were treating an itching problem for 25 years. Suddenly you have a new itching problem and no exploration about what, why, how, where. I think that you deserve further evaluation because you have something that's gone worse or that's new. So you got some symptom treatment from a guy who will maybe apply critical thinking next time.
Okay.
But I think you deserve to have somebody evaluate what's going on. You need a timeline. Like, why 25 years ago did you develop hand itching? And why did you now develop leg itching? What's going on in your life? What prompted this? Did you have a change in diet? Did you have a change in environment? Did you have a change in soap? Did you have a change in laundry detergent? Did you have a change in job? Did you move? There's so many things that can be involved here that you deserve somebody to actually ask real questions instead of, oh, do you itch? Oh, here's a pill.
And he asked me all those questions, and my answer to all of them were no.
Okay, so then that immediately goes from environmental, you can make a change here to, we need to find out why your body's going crazy. Blood tests today would be my choice because you have a history that says, no, you didn't do anything that triggered this. We need to find out what triggered this.
Okay, Dr. Harvey, thank you.
You're very welcome. Have good luck with that. Feel better.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jim, and good luck with that mystery.
Thank you.
All right, I've got Bob in Sun City, but I'm going to make him wait just a second while I tell folks that you are listening to the Healthy Steps Radio Show with Dr. Fred Harvey here on WMNF Tampa. And if you have any medical questions or concerns, just give us a call at 813-239-9663. That number, once again, is 813-239-9663. And you can continue to send your emails to dj@wmnf.org. Good morning to you there, Bob. What have you got today?
Well, hey, guys, really appreciate this show. By the way, brown rice and whole wheat bran just tear up my insides, so I have to limit them. But there are plenty of other whole grains I can eat, so I kind of stick to them.
That's good you figured it out. Some people never figure out which one it is, but yeah, certain fibers do trigger certain people's guts.
Well, anyhow, what I called about, I'd like for you to have it describe versus chiropractic, and I really like physical therapy. I've had about a half a dozen good experiences with it, and basically for various parts of my frame and so forth. And the practitioners have been really good, really conscientious, and they actually, what I like about it is they give you some exercises, some stretches that you can continue to do, so you don't have your problems. So I've got about a half a dozen stretches that I do twice a day, just to keep my frame in good shape. And the downside is that you have to keep doing it. And also, it's not very exciting. It's pretty boring stuff. But I have friends who swear by chiropractors, say, oh, you don't need to do all that. Go see your chiropractor once a year, and he'll straighten everything out. So tell me, when should you use which mode of treatment?
So I would say, based on what you just told me, that both of those things, that Your friend says, "Oh, you need once a year with a chiropractor and everything is fine," and constant use of physical therapy is something you just need to accept. They're extremist takes on reality. Both physical therapy and chiropractic can help you feel better. And so physical therapy is based in kinesiology, mechanics, muscle mechanics, and basically it's essentially exercising weak things to get them stronger so you function better. That's really generic, really simplified, but that's kind of the approach because you've mentioned it. You go back and do exercise. But chiropractic is a very completely different thing that does often include some physical therapy. But chiropractic is based on osteopathic medicine. Osteopathic medicine comes from an understanding that there is a life force in your spinal column. Your nervous system is a wholly functional unit, and it has circulation and all kinds of activity. And these neural connections help to control the physiology of all the tissues, organs, muscles, everything. And so if you keep the spine in alignment, then you have better overall function. And so the first chiropractor, I think it might have been Palmer, but I'm not sure, somebody actually understood this and decided, well, if that's the case, we'll make a specialty that focuses on the adjustment of the spine. And so that's what chiropractors basically have as a philosophy. We're going to get your spine aligned. But in order to do that, sometimes they know that you have weak muscles, so they'll give you exercises to maintain the spinal alignment. However, because we have human bodies that are frail and have had injuries, generally people need to keep going back to chiropractors until they get the alignment so it stays. Once a year is highly unusual. And so there are other methodologies out there that can be really useful as well. I like muscle activation technique because it helps to retrain the body so that it functions in normal fluid motion. Kinesiologists do similar things. So physical therapy is the modality that is actually in the system, so to speak, primarily. It is something that insurance will pay for. Some insurance will pay for chiropractic, some won't. Medicare will pay for it. There's all kinds of rules because allopathic medicine controls all the insurance reimbursements, so they've denigrated chiropractic to second-level therapy, and so it's tough to get sometimes. They don't pay very much for it. But in any event, all of these modalities can help your body function better. And I would suggest find the one that works for you and do that because it's going to keep you functional.
I'm pretty happy with this. To say the results I've gotten from PT. The biggest problem was, I guess my first one was like 20 years ago, and it was difficult to get a doctor to prescribe PT back then. Other than if you're in a wreck or an accident or something like that, and and obviously we're rehabbed from that, but just to say, I've got a sore knee, I need physical therapy. They're going to try everything else first. So, but
yes,
I think that's changed over time.
Yeah, I would definitely want to do everything else before having a knee replacement because I think in many cases, if you fix the posture, you'll have better function. You won't notice that your knee hurts as much. And there's so many other things you can do for inflammation and joint support that, any kind of orthopedic surgery where they actually hack out your joint is a last resort, desperate measure.
You're speaking my language there. Hey, listen, thanks so much. Great show.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you there, Bob. Let's go to HR in St. Pete. Good morning to you.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hey, good morning, Dr. Harvey. Big fan. I used to be a patient with Eve Brain-Plus.
Wonderful.
I just adore her. But I follow you now. I mean, it's been a while. And I need your advice on two things, please. First of all is I have a 5.7 H1C in the past 6 months, and my father was diabetic. And so I'm kind of worried about it. And I'm 67 years old, and I'm healthy. I eat as healthy as I can, exercise, and I don't know what else I can do about supplements, or what can I do to lower this down, these numbers, please?
So a hemoglobin A1C of 5.7% is an indicator of long-term sugar control issues, and you're right on the cusp of what will be called prediabetes. Mm-hmm. And so you say that you eat a pretty healthy diet and you exercise, and you may take some supplements. But the issue with hemoglobin A1C and new onset diabetes spectrum illness is that there are many things that cause insulin resistance. And that would be the first stage that you've entered, where the body's not listening to insulin and your sugar is going up slightly. It's not completely out of control, but you're not keeping it completely controlled. Mm-hmm. So are you eating any processed foods?
As right now, no. I cut down a lot in the past month.
Okay, so that's the first move, is you eliminate processed foods. And then the next thing really to do is to make sure that you get all the nutrients you need to keep the sugar stable. So are you getting 35 grams of fiber in your diet a day?
Fruits and vegetables, I believe so.
So, but belief is different from knowing. And I think you deserve to know, because you have a new onset potential illness. And I would make every effort to find out if you're actually eating the right foods. Assuming it is one thing, but knowing it is another. So you might want to visit with a dietitian. Most hospitals have dietitians that help people get on a diet to help the diabetes. Diabetologists do as well. Most primary cares don't have a nutritionist on staff.
No.
And so,
can I ask you? I'm sorry. A diet that would be good for this kind of inflammation or fibers, like DASH diet or AIP diet. What kind of diet can I follow?
Well, I would do a diet that eliminates processed food, that makes sure you're getting 30 grams or 35 grams of fiber a day, that reduces saturated fat, because saturated fat makes more insulin resistance, increases lean protein to make sure you're getting about 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per kilogram daily of your body weight, so that you actually maintain good protein, and that helps to balance your sugar. And then there are things you could do with your primary care doctor. Get an omega index from Quest Labs. If you have low omega-3s, you will have insulin resistance. If you have high omega-6s, you will have insulin resistance. So it's worth it to ask them to get a Quest Labs omega index, which any doctor can order, and it would be paid for by most insurance because of an elevated hemoglobin A1C. You might want to have someone check your magnesium level, but you could also take a little bit of magnesium. Magnesium helps that too.
Yeah, I take magnesium and glycinate. And
that's a very good choice.
Yeah, that was Eve. She told me to take that glycinate.
Another thing that can contribute to new onset diabetes is sleep apnea. If you have a sleep disorder, that should be evaluated because
I sleep like a baby, a good baby.
Good. So I think working on your protein intake, your carbohydrate monitoring by getting rid of processed foods and making sure you get enough fiber is going to change a lot of things. And you've already done some of it. 5.7 is on the cusp. If you've eliminated ultra-processed foods in the last couple of weeks, then you're already on the road. And I bet if you get that checked in 2 months, it'll already be lower.
Perfect. Yeah, because my protein is like turkey, chicken, fish.
But how much? That's the question. How much?
Like, let's say a little bit even bigger than the palm of my hand. Like
right. But how much for a full day. And you can go online and go to a calorie counter website like caloriecounter.com and count how many macros you're getting. It's really important when you have prediabetes to follow your macros.
Gotcha. Yes, because breakfast and snacks. I did the zone diet once, and it helped me a lot. But it was 15 years ago. But okay. And so don't worry about nightshades, nothing like that. It's just processed food and protein and fiber. That's it.
And
right?
making sure you're getting those like 8 servings of vegetables a day with a serving or 2 of fruit.
Of fruit. Okay, I'm having a lot of actually grains. What about grains?
Grains, you can have a serving of whole grains, like a bowl of oatmeal every day.
What about black beans?
Black beans are excellent. Black soybeans have really high antioxidant level. It's great for the heart.
What is that? I'm sorry?
Black soybeans. They're different from regular black beans, but black beans are great too. They're full of antioxidants. You know, when you cook the black beans, they look kind of purple. That purple color is great for your brain.
Oh, nice. I eat a lot of beans. I eat a lot of spinach, kale, carrots,
Excellent.
Some potatoes. That's why I don't understand. But in the last few months, I've been having a glass of wine. I'm having a slice of bread with this and that, pizza, which I was not before.
Well, that will contribute. So you're recognizing your patterns. I commend you.
Definitely. That was, I know, a trigger. Though I know what, just make sure with you what to do to get away from that, Lois. I appreciate that. And also, I had a total, that's the second one. Question. I had a total tear on my rotator cuff, on my suprascapularis and my supraspinatus.
Yes.
So I'm having surgery on next Monday, and they're going to reattach and maybe put cadaver the surgery and the surgery.
Yes.
So I've already taking probiotics as right now because they're going to give me a big shot of antibiotics. What else can I do before and afterwards because of all these drugs and pain relievers, those stuff? What can I do to protect my gut, please?
I think that you could take N-acetylcysteine to help clear some of the toxic stuff. You could take a proteolytic enzyme like proteozyme or wobenzyme between meals for several days before and until you finish a whole bottle of them afterwards, until you're healed. You could use a homeopathic remedy like arnica or tea relief to help limit the inflammatory damage there. Vitamin C, 1,000 milligrams once or twice a day if you don't have kidney problems would actually help to build more collagen. And there's the protein intake's really important, as well as a chemical called BioSil, orthosilicic acid, helps to make more collagen more quickly so you can heal more quickly. All these things can be very helpful.
Okay, and cysteine, probiozyme, arnica, I got it, vitamin C, I got it, and BioSteel. Okay, and the collagen I've been taking already for the last 3 weeks. Collagen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get my collagen when I cook down my chicken carcasses.
Oh, yeah. That's a
Bone broth is collagen. I don't buy collagen. I wouldn't do it because I don't know how they processed it. It's kind of scary sometimes. Who knows what they boiled down the carcass with. But anyway, best wishes with your surgery. You're going to do fine.
Thank you. What about chicken feet? Is good for collagen or no?
Yes. Chicken bones, chicken feet, you just cook them down and you're going to get great collagen out of it.
Appreciate so much your help. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
You have a great day.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to mention also there's a lady online you can find, Bella Ruth Naperstek, Naperstek, has a great pre-surgery meditation to put you in a place where the surgery is beneficial for you.
Beautiful. I need I always need this kind of thing. Yeah, thank you. Especially, the meditation. I'm too hyper, too anxious.
Best wishes. Take care.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
And I'll double what you just said, Doc. Best wishes to you there. Let's go to John in Sarasota. Good morning, John.
Morning. How are you?
Could I get you to turn your radio off, John?
It's off right now.
Thank you.
Okay. Dr. Harvey there?
Yeah, what's new, man? How you doing?
Oh, Good. How are you today? I saw a
Excellent.
commercial the other day because I drink beer, and I saw a commercial for this stuff. It's called OAR. It's supposed to reduce your want for alcohol. Have you heard anything about that?
No, actually, I haven't. That's a new one, huh? Let's see. What's this?
It's OAR.
OAR, a daily pill to drink. Oh, it's naltrexone. Oh, okay. Naltrexone is an anti-opiate. It's actually the thing we use to save people from opiate overdose. And it's also used as a pain control. It's interesting how they're finding all kinds of new uses for these chemicals. And it looks like it is FDA approved, so they must have some evidence that naltrexone is helping people with alcohol craving.
Huh. So, is that over the counter, or?
No, it requires a prescription.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I'll talk to my primary about that.
Excellent.
The other thing, a quick question. You were talking about cooking rice and stuff like that. Is yellow rice good for you, or is it dyed, or what is it?
Yellow rice is a GMO product. They've actually inserted a gene into the rice that makes a beta carotene in it. It actually is a beneficially, nutritionally strong rice for people that live in malnourishment areas. I don't know that I would bother with golden rice for me.
Yeah, but I love it with jalapenos.
Well, you go for it. Wait. Are you talking about rice, like yellow rice that you'll get at like a Mexican restaurant? Or are you talking about?
No. I'm talking about the stuff you get at Publix, like can't think of it. It's in the yellow bag.
Okay, yeah. So it's just rice. It's just rice with a genetic manipulation
or something like that.
Okay, yeah. No, it's just GMO rice.
So it's good for you.
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of people that don't want to eat GMO food. Genetically manipulated organisms are not on my menu generally.
Huh.
But there's not a lot of evidence they're bad. It's just I don't know that I really think we need to play God with those kind of things because it seems they've lasted for quite a long time and we've really thrived on them.
Yeah, I don't eat it that much, but like I said, I have cravings for it.
Oh, okay. So Ozempic helps cravings for food and alcohol.
Oh, yeah, but Ozempic's like a weight loss thing, right?
Ozempic is a GLP-1 agonist, and it actually affects many different systems in the body. It is primarily developed to help with diabetes control, but Hollywood figured out it loses weight, so now it's become a weight loss drug and everybody needs it. But in reality, it's a much different thing from that. And yeah, so Ozempic and its relatives actually cut alcohol and food cravings.
Is it a pill or is it an injectable?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Ask your primary.
I don't like needles.
Okay, so ask your primary if he wants to be involved in the pill. Maybe you have some other issues that would benefit from using something like that, or maybe it's just cravings. I'd talk to them, see how innovative they're going to get with you.
Okay, Dr. Harvey, thank you very much. I love your show.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, John. Thanks for calling on in. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
You bet. Let's go to DeAndre and Brandon. We're down to about the last 4 or 5 minutes, so what have you got for us today?
Hey, good morning. I think you guys got yellow rice infused from the golden rice. There's yellow rice, that's white rice, treated and then boiled with herbs.
Yes.
Right. And then there's, I think, golden rice that's grown that way.
Yeah, golden rice is a genetically manipulated organism that has a gene added to it that makes beta carotene in rice that never made beta carotene before. You know, the yellow orange color that makes carrots that color.
Right. Actually, on that topic of produce, I was actually kind of curious with your experience. I don't think I have COVID, but for like past month, I've been like tossing ginger. And I realized as much as I've enjoyed it, I'm not certain what a spoiled ginger root might taste like. What I've had as of late has been salty. And I'm just curious, is that what I'm encountering? I like to try a couple slices just to, enjoy flavor aside from with tea and such.
Yeah.
It's a real go-to for me on that.
So it started tasting like what?
It's salty.
Oh, interesting. I would have. I've never really actually tried any old ginger. I throw it and get some new. So you might want to search the net for that one. I don't know, but it definitely does go bad. I've watched it go bad, and I haven't tasted it then.
Yeah, it's one of my go-tos, particularly for myself and family ahead of.
Yeah, I love ginger.
Primary, important primary visits. Ones you can't avoid. And need to follow up with. And so, no, it's just a very strange thing this past month and something. And so I never had that experience before, but thank you. I apologize. Have a wonderful day.
Oh, you don't need to apologize, man. I love to talk with you. You always enjoy your calls, DeAndre. Have a great day, and go buy some fresh ginger.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
You're welcome.
Well, there, Doc, we're out of calls here. DeAndre was a great finish, but what have you got as far as emails for us today?
Let's see what's up here. Well, here's one from Peter. Speaking of healthy foods, there is a plethora of choices for granola cereal. Is there anything on the box I should look for? Yeah, actually, you should look for how much added sugar. If there's 25 grams of added sugar in your granola, you don't want to eat that one. But the best ones are the ones that have the least amount. Like I think I have one that's got maybe 3 grams of added sugar. It's basically what kind of like makes it stick together a little bit. I can't remember the name of it, but it's got oats, nuts, coconut, and different ones have different nuts and different fruits in it, but it's all whole. There's nothing processed about it except that the coconut was shaved into little coconut shavings, and the nuts are whole, half walnuts and stuff. So it's as close as you can get to whole, in the processed aisle. And so, you want to limit the sugar, limit the extra ingredients. There doesn't need to be any preservatives because you're going to eat it fast. You want just basic, normal, whole ingredients. And I think that's really the key for anything that we're doing. And he drinks 1% milk. I think depends on your level of vascular illness, how much milk, etc. I like coconut milk. I like almond milk. I like oat milk, clean oat milk. When it doesn't have the gellan gum and the guar gum and all the gummy gums in it, just oats, water, and salt is actually oat milk. And it's a pain in the butt to make it yourself and put it through the cheesecloth and all that. So I'm willing to pay for it. It's really pretty good. And just a quick joke. I prefer HOLE foods over WHOLE foods. I'm a big fan of donuts, bagels, Swiss cheese, etc. He's just joking. Great way to end this show. David, Mr. White Pat Bryant, thank you so much for that hilarious little quote. Have a great day, and I'll see y'all next week.
By golly, thank you, Dr. Harvey, for another astonishing and informative Healthy Steps radio show. Of course, a huge thank you goes to our participants, listeners, and supporters. You, my friend, make this the paradigm of public radio. And Joe, thank you for answering the phones today. You are darn good and greatly appreciated. You have been listening to the Healthy Steps radio show with Dr. Fred Harvey here on WMNF Tampa. Waiting for you like a dear friend is 5 minutes of NPR news, and then get ready for the Sustainable Living Show. Until next Monday at 10 a.m., thank you for supporting and listening to the Healthy Steps radio show with Dr. Fred Harvey here on WMNF Tampa, your community conscious radio station. Stay safe, stay thoughtful, and know that you are loved.